Just preparing the live stream and we will get started here, guys. Hello, everyone in top of the line. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for some team members and some people to jump on with us. I am going to be talking to you about all things cooking parties today, or cooking socials. So we are going to spend a little bit of time together and chat about all things cooking socials. So let's fire off some messages to our teams quickly and get them on here with us. And I can't wait to share some of my best tips and tricks with you for cooking socials. There's a couple people coming on now. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Okay, well let's get it rolling. Just gonna open up my notes here. All right. Okay, we are going to talk about hosting an in-home team cooking party today. So my name is Sherry Gibson. I am a 3-star Pearl Elite Director from Regina. I have a 2-year-old and 5-year-old, I guess soon to be a 3 and 6-year-old. The birthdays are coming up really quick. I started Tupperware just over 3 years ago. And I say 3 years ago because I had a mat leave and a baby in there as well. And one of our biggest successes was our home cooking parties. So we typically would host this every month here at my place in Regina. And we'd open it up to everybody in top of the line. So if you were local or if you wanted to travel to my place, you were, of course, more than welcome to join us. And we had a great time. Like, I loved the cooking socials. It was something that we looked forward to monthly to do. Our teams are always like, when's the next cooking social? Let's plan a date. We had team drive for, I don't know, I think the furthest came for about 3.5, 4 hours away to some meetings. So they were a lot of fun. But I'm going to go over with what happens in a cooking party, prizes that I do for a cooking party, what our event schedule would look like, what to do, and why to host a team cooking party with your team. So this is typically something that takes a lot of work behind scenes. It's not just open up, post an event on Facebook, invite your teams, and then have everyone to come to your house one day. Everything that happens behind scenes is what makes these events effective. So that's private messaging, connecting, reminding, all of those good things that we typically would do with a host for hosting a party. So what happens behind scenes is we start off by, when I say we, I typically mean like myself and my directors. And what we do is we start by looking for some people that are going to demo. And this is where the success is. So messaging and asking them if they would like to demo for our event. So this can be anyone's first demo. It can be someone who is experienced with demos. We're not looking for people that just have experiences. Anybody that wants to demo is more than welcome to demo, okay? It gives the opportunity for everyone to learn about the product, the uses, and try a new recipe or learn a recipe that you might want to try. So once we have about 5 to 6 people ready to demo and have signed up for demoing, we start sharing the event. So this would allow us to share the lineup of who is making what, and everyone is responsible for inviting their own team and guests. So it's very important that when I get someone to volunteer to demo, I ask them what they're making, what their product focus is, and then the recipe. And then we share that in our event page so that people can see what is cooking, and then they're going to want to come and join for that. So when everyone is inviting people, it's up to them to, invite their team, invite their guests, and let them know about what's happening at the event and all of the details. That would be up to every individual team member. So because we shared up lineups, people want to, like I said, they want to come and see what we're making. So let's say we're making buffalo chicken dip in the MicroPro grill. People are going to want to come because they want to see how we make the buffalo chicken dip in the MicroPro grill. And actually the buffalo chicken dip in the MicroPro grill has become like a signature dish at our team cooking parties, and it always has to be made and it's always requested by someone. It showcases our top products. We basically grill the chicken in the MPG, chop the chicken in the choppers, you're grating cheese in the Great Master, and then you're cooking it in the microwave, and it is delicious. And if it's not made at a cooking social, we usually have someone that's like, hey, do you have that stuff? Let's make the butter or the buffalo chicken because it's so good. And if you haven't seen, something grilled in the MicroPro grill and then chop it in the chopper, those are always amazing things to demo at a cooking party so that people can see those in action. And what sells the most Tupperware other than, hands-on, using it, trying it, and sharing a recipe with someone? If you're seeing it in action, you're going to be more likely to want that product as well as your guests. And if someone doesn't know how to use the product, it's going to likely end up in their drawer. And we don't want that. So we want to educate our team and our guests on how to use something so that it can benefit them, to save time in the kitchen, to save waste in the kitchen, but also to be allowing them to sell to their customers as well. So once the demos are all sorted out, we start spreading the word about the event. We open it up to all of Top of the Line. I always can't stress enough that the best way to let people know about an event or anything for that matter is private messaging. It's important to create an event on Facebook and engage people in the events, but private messaging is where you're going to get your biggest results. The second thing we talk about after we have invited our team members is we talk about guests. So a cooking social is always open to guests as well. And we want guests at this event because we're literally spending an hour and a half on just cooking. And that's what Tupperware is all about. And we want our guests to see that. So it's like, I don't know, a party 2.0 or 4.0 or 5.0 because there's that much more cooking and product knowledge shared at a cooking social. Guests are always welcome to come. A guest can bring a guest. This is a great way for guests to learn more recipes and product knowledge than a typical home party. When a team member brought a guest to the cooking party, they would get a prize for their guest attending. So the guest gets a prize and they also get a prize for bringing a guest. So this can be a small prize from your stock, but it truly makes a guest feel welcomed and a part of the team when they arrive, that they're starting off the night with a gift. And then the person that brought them also got a gift. And just allowing them to, because it's a little intimidating. You're coming to this big event and you don't really know anyone, but we're welcoming you with some free Tupperware right from the hop. Now, things that I've done for prizes are things like little snack cups, little bowls. You could do tiny treasures. It really is up to what you have in stock and what could be in your budget for hosting an event like this. And honestly, get it for free. Use your, have your own party in a month and use your host for credits to get the free Tupperware for using for events as well. So prizes are given out not only to the guests, but to team members as well, because I want to thank team members for putting in their time and effort to an event like this, because it is a lot. And sometimes, it's kind of intimidating and it could be your first time demoing. So it's important to recognize your team as well. So I'm just going to list some ways that I give out prizes at our team cooking party. So prizes are always displayed. I always like to have our prizes sitting out on the counters, on the table, so that the team members and guests can see them. And it's a conversation piece. They're like, hey, what's that? And I'm like, well, you can get that free tonight. Let's talk about that in a few minutes. So it's a good way to get them intrigued in it as well. So if you demo at a cooking party, you're going to get a prize from me. You're going to get a prize for attending. You're going to get a prize if you sign up or date me tonight as well. So anybody that demos a recipe, they get the prize, and it can be anything, again, like a snack cup, a bowl set, whatever it is you have in stock that you can have the funds to, or the inventory to supply that prize. I like to bring out all the prizes for my team and organization when I host. And there's challenges in Top of the Line as well that you can work up getting some inventory to use your stock for these as well. An attendance gift. So an attendance gift is anybody that comes and shows up, they're getting a gift for just coming. Now, those are typically things that I like to have the same of everything. So everybody that comes gets the same thing. So like right now, because we're going into October and it's Halloween, I would be doing the little black and yellow or black and orange little ideal bowls, right? Because I can get a good amount of them for a good cost. And it's kind of Halloween themed. So I like to kind of also theme it for the month, but thinking ahead, okay, it's September, these are available now. If I order them for our cooking social in October, that's a great little attendance gift as well. And I personally just like to make sure that they're the same, but they don't have to be. It's whatever works for you. And that's kind of what you have to find your groove with a cooking social is what works for you. So the next prize is a sign-up prize. If you are going to pick a membership tonight, whether it's the virtual or the deluxe bundle, you're getting a prize tonight, and these will also be on display. Now, this prize I typically have as a bit bigger prize, sometimes like a That's a Bowl set, an Impression Bowl set, maybe like a small fridge smart set, some freezer mates. Again, going back to whatever you have and works for you. A dating gift. If you're going to date a party with the person that brought you tonight, you're going to get a gift. Again, I like these prizes to be a little bit bigger. I've in the past, and again, it depends on your time, your schedules, your life, but you can wrap them pretty in some clear wrapping paper and tie some bow on it and put like a little tag on it that says date me, and then they get to take that with them as well. What I typically do with the dating gift is I do not give it to the guest that night. So they're saying, okay, Karen, I'm going to have a party with you on October 2nd. Awesome. Karen, I'm going to give you this dating gift. You can give it to Suzanne when she has her party. And that is just so that you know that she stays true to her word, which I've never had a problem with, but just, you know, making sure that I'm not just giving away the Tupperware and then she's not having that party. I want her to commit to that, right? So I'll give it to Karen, and when Suzanne holds her party and your party closes, you're going to get that gift. So thank you for dating, and that gift will go home with your consultant. So just kind of something that I found worked for me with the dating gift. Okay, so all prizes are, again, whatever works for you. They can be big, large, small, the same, not the same. It has to be what works for you. And quite frankly, nobody really minds what they are when it's free, right? If they're leaving with free Tupperware, you can't complain when it's free, right? So do what works for you. Another thing is for prizes, I like to do like exclusive items as well, especially for like a sign up and dating gift, because they can't buy it. It's not in the catalog or something like that. So it kind of depends on what I have that month and kind of what the theme could be or what is exclusive and what's not. So our big prizes, again, like I said, are always focused on recruiting and booking parties. And they don't have to, when I say big, I don't mean like, you know, a whole freezer mate set. That's a lot, or a Micro Pro grill. But if you have it and you want to do that and that works for you, do what works for you. I'm just peeking at my notes here. Okay, so what else is on display? So I talked about how prizes are on display, how I offer prizes, what kind of prizes there are. What else is on display? The most important thing to have on display at any event, whether it's a trade show, a bingo, a cooking social, is the kits. You want to have the deluxe bundle displayed. Now, what I have sometimes out is maybe I have the item and it's just in a different color. I just let them know. So let's say you have the whole deluxe bundle items in your house, but it's not the current colors. You don't have to go buy the new current colors. If you want, you can trade it or you can get it for free. But just let them know that this isn't the current color. The current color is in the catalog. If you would like to see that, I can show you, but let them see everything that comes in that bundle, because when that bundle is all set out physically and you can see everything that's in that bundle, it is incredible what is in the deluxe bundle. Then the other thing I like to do is just hang a $20 bill and tape it to my cupboard. And people are going to wonder what that $20 bill is. And basically that's the virtual membership. So I have this big area of the beautiful deluxe bundle set up, and then $20 taped to the bundle. And I really like to give the visual of how that $20 can change their lives, how that can get them, you know, the discount on the Tupperware for a year, how it can start a side hustle, a side gig. We used that image in our mega party a couple days ago, and the visual of what $20 can do is pretty incredible as well. Now make sure no one runs off with your 20 bucks that night, or you can do a fake $20 bill, whatever works for you. And hopefully your guests, you know, are honest people. So those are two important things that I like to have on display, is letting them know what the bundles are. And of course, the other thing is, if I'm going to have the bundles, then it's also very important to have,
is letting them know what the bundles are.
picking up feed on my other one. Sorry about that. If I'm going to have the bundles out, the deluxe bundle and the $20 bundle, I want to have the welcome offer as well. Okay, so right now we would have out the microfiber cloth set. They can touch and feel and see all of the new beautiful colors from the recycled microfiber. It is a fabulous line, and they can see that. So they're going to see the bundles, and then right beside the bundles is going to be the welcome offer. And I'm going to be like, okay, get this and get this too, with purchasing the $50 order, but that's $37.50 at your discount. It has to be $50 retail. So again, now they're seeing this large deluxe bundle plus this awesome microfiber set for a sweet deal, or that $20 and then the microfiber set as well for the $25 offer. So, and again, that changes monthly. That's just what's on for this month. So that's what would be out for this month. So you would want to change that monthly based on whatever the current welcome offer is, okay? The other thing that can be out as well is the team recruiting offer. So if there is one that month, you can set out what it is that you can get for adding a team member, because they can join and add a friend too then the same night and get that as well, right? So like the Tupperware Home, the diffuser, that's a recruiting offer, okay? So I could have that setting out and share how they can get that as well, okay? Another thing that is great to have out is samples. What is samples? Showing how the memberships can get you the fabulous offer of such a deal, up to 70% off on samples, okay? So that's another thing. So when you're thinking of all this stuff, you could be thinking, oh my kitchen's not big enough. That's a lot of stuff. I don't have room for it. That's okay. If you don't have room for that, print out a picture of the deluxe bundle. Put that up on your cupboard, right? So you have to do with what you got for your space and what works well for you. I'm just kind of giving you the grand plans of what works. And you know what? Every cooking social can look different. Monthly, ours have looked different. Ours have had lots of people where my house has been full, and we've had just our small team before. So when you know your audience, you can gauge on what you would put out. If it's going to be more your team, you can gauge on what you would put out versus if a guest was there. However, as a team member that maybe hasn't seen some of the things, it's good to have it out too, because if you've never seen the diffuser before, you might want to see it, right? So gauge on what works for you, gauge on what works for your space. I'm just kind of giving you the grand plan of what I do at ours. And they're so much fun. So I would say that 80% of the success rate from our cooking socials comes from behind the scenes work of connecting with team and guests. Okay, so that's where, if you're going to take anything away from today, that is your biggest thing. And whether that's applied to just your cooking socials or your business in general, behind the scenes and connecting people, this is a relationship business, that's where it's at. I'm going to share a typical schedule of what our cooking socials have looked like in the past. I know I've gotten some questions messaged to me about, well, how do I do this in the COVID world? It looks different. Of course, you can do it with what you feel comfortable based on the restrictions in your area right now. But the thing is everything I'm telling you, switch it to virtual. You can totally do this virtual. We did a small version of this the other night in a mega party. So you can take everything and flip it virtual on Zoom. And then again, you would just be sharing pictures of you displayed behind you. You could change your background like I have here to deluxe bundle, and they would be able to see that. So many options to flip it and do it virtual as well, but being in person with people as well. Do it in your backyard, do it on your deck, whatever you feel comfortable for. So here is, I'm going to go over the typical schedule of what our cooking socials would look like. So everybody would arrive around about 7 p.m. We would have sometimes an on-time draw, again, depending on who's coming as well, but you can kick it off with an on-time draw. Welcome everyone upon arrival. What was really fun was when I first earned my first free car. Her name was Summit. It was a 2020 Chevy Trax, and it was like my first car, which is super, super exciting. we would go on the way in, we would kind of greet them at the door and turn around, go back outside and take pictures with us in front of my car. And it kind of just really connects you to your goal, and it connects you to with what is possible with Tupperware. So we would go with that. And then I had like a pull-out sign that says, love what you do, that you could take pictures with it and selfies. And it was just really a lot of fun of doing that on my driveway. My neighbors probably thought we were crazy getting all these pictures with the car, making a big deal, but it was really a lot of fun to kind of kick off the night with that energy. Then around 7:15, our demos would start. Now, the biggest thing with the demos is the schedule set up ahead of time. People that are going to be demoing bring all their ingredients, all their Tupperware in a bag, take it home dirty. Okay. So you make, you toss it into your bag. Now, of course, if you have to rinse out something or whatever, do it in the sink, that's fine. But then it allows less mess for you. And then there's not that pressure on you to be doing all of the cleaning and throwing in your dishwasher or whatever that night. But you bring some plastic bags, put it in the dirty ones back into your bag, and then take it home and throw it in your dishwasher at home. And it's important that anybody that's demoing is bringing all their ingredients as well. And it's kind of, when you think of it this way, it's kind of like you're getting together for a potluck. Everybody's bringing a snack, but they're just making it there instead of making it at home. So no different than you just showing up to an event where you're bringing a snack, you're just cooking it with us instead. So I really like that. That worked really, really well. And yeah, I really, really like that part. So the other thing is during the demos, it's important that you kind of set the tone for when someone is demoing. So making sure that, you know what, okay, Betty is up demoing right now. All eyes on Betty. If you're in the background, zip it, save the visiting for later. And the reason, that could be the teacher in me, but the reason I like that is when you're up there demoing, it can be distracting if someone is having their own conversation over in the corner, because we are all excited to see everyone and we do want to visit. But right now, Betty is demoing, and when she's done, then we can talk, or let's get all the demos done and then we can visit afterwards. So that was kind of always the tone and the focus that I like to have kind of on any of our meetings, really. Just setting that tone. So once everyone is done their demos, and of course, you know, we want to cheer them on. We'd like to go live in top of the line. We'd like to go live in our VIP groups and our team pages, and really just sharing what it is we're doing. So just kind of, you know, getting everyone engaged and sharing what we're doing is a lot of fun. Okay. Then after all the demos are done, we kind of do a wrap up, and then we put all of the food out on the island or the table, and then we just sit down and eat. And you get to try these delicious recipes that were made. And then you know what they taste like or how they worked to go back to your team, go back to your customers, go back to your guests. Like, it is like amazing on what comes out of our cooking socials. So then we always say, like, you know, would go for our event would be from like 7 till 8:30. We were up till midnight or after, probably on every cooking social, just talking and laughing and connecting. And I would say the magic truly happens after the event, the after event even, because that's where we would be having so much fun and giggling. And yeah, I really, really love that with my team, doing that. And you get to know them and you on a different level as well. And sharing the delicious food, of course, is often as well. So I really, really, truly feel that cooking socials are what made my team and org strong. We built friendships and we had so much fun together. We have like inside team jokes, and it just really gets to know our team and our energy a lot better. And people would drive far for our team meetings. Like, we had some team members come down from Regina to North Battleford, just outside of Regina. Like, it was really awesome. So kind of to wrap things up for this, you guys, is why host a cooking party? So whether you choose to do it in home or in person or virtual, the biggest importance of a cooking social is seeing Tupperware demoed live. Okay. So when you have people buying that $20 virtual membership, yes, they're shopping at a discount, they're getting 25% off, they're buying their samples, they're buying, but Do they know how to use the cold brew? Do they know about the little rubber ring that goes on the bottom of the new supersonic choppers? Do they know how to take the tiny piece where you click it and pull it off of the spiralizer, right? Those are all little tips and tricks that maybe they don't know if they're not using it, or they're not showed, or they're not taught when they just saw it go on sale and they bought it. So it's very important that when you're using and sharing recipes, you're showing Tupperware of how them to use it for longer. And it's not just going to sit in their drawer. They're going to want to use it all the time. And they're going to want to share it with their families. They're going to want to share it with friends. And they're going to want to share it with guests. And they're going to want to use it more. So that is the biggest success, is when you're using Tupperware. That's what sells Tupperware the most, is by sharing how it works. So it's also gets you and your team working together and teaching and learning from each other. There's many times from a cooking social that a team member has taught me a little tip and a trick, or a new recipe, or something that I'm like, oh, why haven't I tried that? For example, on our mega party we just did, we had Fallon demo puff wheat cake in the stack cooker. I personally have had my stack cooker for 4 years and never made puff wheat in it. And I love puff wheat. So you're always learning from your team members, which I really, really love. It gets you comfortable with practicing live demos, because honestly, it's a judgment-free zone. There is no judgment. Everybody demos. And you know what? If your demo is a flop, or something falls out, or something doesn't work right, or you dump in the wrong ingredients, or dump in too much, it's all good. We're here to learn with you. Okay. You're going to build relationships with your team. You're creating a fun and engagement environment to learn together. It brings everyone together from far and wide. And seriously, they're truly a blast. So I hope that this has inspired you to have your own team cooking party in October, or yet this month. And it's a great, great way to grow your business. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any comments, you can drop, or questions, you can drop them in the comments below on the live here, and I would be happy to answer them. I hope you all have a fabulous day. Thanks for watching, everyone.